Hey everyone, and welcome back. I'm Rick Fussell and this is the Ingrain Workshop. This is the 20-inch 62cc chainsaw from Vevor. It's got a 3.8 horsepower engine, it spins up to 12,000 RPM, and it costs a lot less than the big brand names. Now I don't care what brand is on the side of a tool, I care whether it works. So instead of talking about it, we're going to use it. I dropped a 30-inch Sycamore with this saw and cut the whole thing into firewood. If it earns a spot in the workshop, I'll let you know. If it doesn't, I'll let you know that too. All right, let's see what's in the box. First off, we have the chainsaw cover. Now this comes in 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20-inch lengths, so then you can just cut it down to fit your particular saw. Next is the 20-inch guide bar, an accessory kit that contains the chain, 2 sets of rope earplugs, the chain bar and plug wrench, along with the bumper spike. It also comes with a file along with a 5mm hex key. It comes with a slotted and Phillips head screwdriver for adjusting the tensioning screw. And I didn't show it, but it also comes with 2 screws for installing the bumper spike. Usual paperwork that nobody reads until something goes wrong. A mixing container for mixing a 50-to-1 ratio. A convenient funnel. The saw body comes pre-assembled. First impressions, it actually feels solid, not toy-like. Fit and finish are better than I expected at this price point. Assembly is pretty straightforward. The first thing we need to do is install the bar spike. Then we'll put the bar on. Next, you'll want to spread the chain in a circle with the cutting edges aligned with the markings on the chainsaw guard and guide bar. Run the chain behind the drive chain wheel and check if the chain links are well positioned between the teeth of the chain wheel. Then insert the links into the bar groove. Rotate the chain to make sure the chain teeth are engaging in the teeth of the chain wheel. And once that's done, you can replace the chain guard and chain brake shield so that the bolts fit into the holes provided and the chain tensioning pin fits into the lower hole in the bar. Go ahead and install both nuts, but tighten them by hand only. Then we're going to go ahead and tension the chain. You can turn the adjusting screw clockwise to tighten the chain and counterclockwise to decrease the chain tension. Once the chain rotates smoothly around the bar, you're at the perfect tension. If it doesn't move, then it's too tight, and you can see me here with the chain too tight, and I'm going to go ahead and loosen it up by turning the adjusting screw counterclockwise. And there you go, there's the right proper tension. Once you've dialed in the tension, then you can go ahead and tighten up the nuts with the wrench. So if you've set up a chainsaw before, nothing here will surprise you. If you haven't, well, today might not be the day for you to start freelancing as a lumberjack. So the tank in the front is for the bar oil, and then the one in the back is for the mixed fuel. Now I'm going to just use an Echo brand bar chain oil. I really don't think it matters. So as far as the gas oil mixture, I'm going with a 50-to-1. Now there was a discrepancy in the actual instruction manual where it calls for 40-to-1, but all the other Echo equipment that I use, it's all 50-to-1, and the mixing can that came with the saw also was a 50-to-1 mixing container. So I went ahead and just stuck with this and didn't have any issues at all. On paper, this thing checks some serious boxes. A 62cc engine, 3.8 horsepower, 2.9 kilowatts, max speed 12,000 RPM, 20-inch bar rated for trunks up to 18 inches. Now, rating's one thing, trees are another. So let's take this baby out for a spin. So right out of the box, it took me about 7 pulls to get it started, and that's probably understandable since it's a new chainsaw. You're supposed to, with the choke out, go ahead and make 3 or 4 pulls, and then pull the choke in and make another 3 or 4 pulls. So that was pretty much dead on. So yeah, it did crank after about 7 pulls. Okay, so I'm not going to lie here. I am not a lumberjack, and I'm definitely not a tree trimmer. I am a woodworker, but not this kind of woodworking. So to take down this tree, I didn't want to take the whole tree down at one time. It was really close to our house, and it was close to some fences on our property. So I decided to take it apart piece by piece. Now my ladder is tied off to the tree, and then I am wearing a harness that I use during deer season to harness myself into a tree while hunting in a tree stand. So that just gave me a second level of safety just in the event that something did happen. Back in 2020, I did fall out of a tree and break 6 ribs. So I've been there, done that, and didn't want it to happen again. So with that, the scary part of the work is done, and you can see the tree here now is a lot more manageable to drop now that it's been trimmed. You can see at the base of the tree, I'm looking at probably a 30-inch diameter tree, and again, this particular saw has a cutting capacity up to 18 inches. So I am going to have to probably cut twice to get all the way around the diameter of the tree. So I'm going to start here and just cut a wedge, and this is just the direction that I want it to fall. Again, I'm not an expert here, but supposedly, according to the instructions with the saw, if you cut a bird's mouth or a notch on the side of the tree with the direction that you want it to fall, that helps guide the tree. And you can see here I just used a hammer to knock out the rest of the wedge, and I did have to make a cut on the other side. Like I said, the cutting capacity is only 18 inches, so you'll have to basically cut on one side and then go to the other side of the tree and cut on the other side. So, but once I get the wedge cut, then I can go ahead and turn my attention to the back side of the tree. So cutting here on the back side, I did the same thing. I have to cut from one side of the tree and then cut from the other, and then just try to cut in as deep as possible. One thing I will note, when the saw is cutting in a horizontal angle, if you had less than 1/4 of a tank of gas in it, it seemed to cut out. I don't know if because it's on its side that it just couldn't siphon the gas out of the tank. So you need to be aware that when you are cutting horizontally, just top off the tank and start with a new tank. That way you don't have that issue. So once I cut through the back side, I went out to the workshop and got some shims and just tried to wedge the back side to try to get it to fall. And I had to get quite a few shims and even recut it some more once I got it kind of leaning in that direction. But once I did, it did fall. Unfortunately, I didn't get that on recording because I was recording off of a battery and didn't want to record me just hitting shims in the back side. But you can get a feel of the diameter of the tree here, just how big the diameter was. And I was pretty impressed this Vevor 20-inch chainsaw was able to take it down. But if you must see a tree fall, I did have another 6-inch redbud tree in the yard, and I did take that down as well. Well, that's going to wrap up this video. Bottom line, this saw showed up and went straight to work on a 30-inch tree. Professionals cutting every day may want a top-tier brand, but if you need serious cutting power without the premium pricing, this one's worth a look. Links below if you want to check it out. And if you run one of these, let me know your experience in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel and you like DIY and woodworking projects, then I highly recommend that you smash that subscribe button. It's free and painless, and I also ask that you ring that bell icon. That way you can be notified of all our upcoming videos. To all my existing subscribers, I really appreciate all the support that you give this channel. I'll leave links in the video description below to where you can pick up this saw. And as always, I'm Rick with the Engraving Workshop. Until next time, have a wonderful day and God bless.